Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. Today we will present about coral reef is important in providing support to marine life. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Harith and we have Anas and Azmirul. So generally coral reef are divided into four classes. We have the fringing reef. Fringing reef usually grow near the coastline around island and continents. They are actually the most common type of reef that we see every day at the beach. And we have the second one, barrier reef. Barrier reef grow also parallel to the coastline but separated by wider and deeper lagoons. But at their shallowest point, they can reach the surface of water and form a barrier. And we have the third type, atolls. Atolls is actually a circle of reef that grows at the middle of the sea. Yes, they are usually found in the middle of the seas. And we have the last one, the patch reef. The patch reef usually grows between the fringing reef and the barrier reef. They can vary in sizes and colors. And this leads us to the first point. Coral reef can act as a barrier from storm and surge. As we know that if storms happen in the middle of the sea, they can cause a huge wave. And this kind of wave can cause a life loss and also cause damage to the coastline. And they can help to reduce the wave forces and buffer the shore, so that the wave can hit the coastline without damaging it. This is actually important because there are millions of people that live near the coastal areas, and if the huge wave hit the coastal areas, they can cause a huge loss of life. And they also can help to stabilize mangrove and seabeds. As we can see in this picture, the barrier and the reef is growing around the roots of the mangrove. This can prevent the mangrove to be uprooted by the wave. Also, this is also happening to the seagrass, and they can also help in erosion preventions. As we know, if the huge wave hit the coastal line without being reduced, they can damage the coastal line. Okay, that's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Anas Bilasalami, and for the next few slides, I will explain about the second and third reason why coral reef is important in providing support to marine life. So without wasting much time, let's move on to the second point, which is habitat for many species. So why people said coral reef is an habitat for many species? This is because coral reef can providing many things to marine life in order for them to survive, such as food supplies and shelter from natural predators. So coral reef, also known as the rainforest of the sea. Why they said coral reef is a rainforest of the sea? As we know, rainforest is a place where we can find the most diverse species of flora and fauna. For example, we can find in Sarawak rainforest many diverse species of monkeys and birds and etc. The same goes as the flora, where we can find many species of pitcher plant and orchids. The same goes to the coral reef, where coral reef act the same like rainforest, only it's located inside the sea and be a habitat for marine species such as fishes and crustaceans and sponges and etc. So coral reef there is estimated of 600,000 to 9 million marine life in coral reef worldwide. Coral reef also home for 1/4 or 25% of marine population in worldwide. Although coral reef only consists of 0.1% of world sea surface, and the third reason is coral reef is the most diverse ecosystem compared to other marine ecosystems such as coastal ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem, and lake ecosystem. From this picture, we can see the location of coral reef around the world and the concentrated location of coral reef located in Pacific Ocean because of because of some factors in Pacific Ocean. And coral reef also offer natural shelter for marine life from predator. That's one of the reasons why it's a habitat for many species of marine life. So we can see from this picture here how seahorses can hide themselves from predators around coral reef. The same goes as octopus here. They hide themselves with this. And this, the third reason is water filtration. So our sea is dirty and have many kind of trash. So coral reef can at least help in filtrate this water. How? Coral reef, how coral reef help this? They help this by being a filter feeders. So coral reef has many sponges, which sponges is organism where they can feed by straining suspended metal and food particles in water. This is the example of filter feeders, and this is how filter feeders works. Water flow inside, and then they will take the food particles from water, and then water will fall outside. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Azmirul, and I will explain about the last point on the importance of coral reefs in supporting marine life. So the last point is the coral reefs play a significant role in maintaining the equilibrium of marine ecosystem. But how actually can they do this? Coral reefs maintain the equilibrium of the marine ecosystem by taking part in nutrient cycle. Firstly, what they do, they help in carbon cycle, and secondly, they assist in nitrogen fixing or nitrogen cycle. For carbon cycle, the coral reefs actually will take up the calcium ion and the dissolved carbon dioxide in ocean water and turn them into calcium carbonate, which eventually will be part of them and turn into their skeletons. By doing this, they will reduce the amount of carbon dioxide dissolved in ocean water, which can cause increase in the acidity of the ocean water if there are excess of carbon dioxide. Other than that, there is also a photosynthetic organism which live together with the coral that is called zooxanthelia. They live together with the coral as a symbiont. This organism can use up the carbon dioxide in the ocean water for photosynthesis to produce oxygen for the marine life, and also to provide nutrient for the coral. For nitrogen cycle, coral reefs actually can utilize waste product, utilize and use the waste products such as waste product from the marine life, such as phosphorus and ammonium from the waste product of urine and also gills of the fishes, which they consume as essential nutrient for them to grow. By doing this, coral reefs will control and maintain the amount of phosphorus and also nitrogen in the ocean. If there are excess of phosphorus and nitrogen in the ocean, it can actually cause algal bloom and also eutrophication. So, which is this phenomenon is very bad for the marine ecosystem. So as conclusion, coral reef only cover only 0.2% of the Earth's surface, but yet they can support 25% of all marine life, with more density of life in the reefs than any other in the ocean habitat. So as a human being, we need to take care of and we need to preserve coral reef for the better future of our generation. Thank you, that's all from me.